chums, or I suppose I should say hello, good evening and welcome chums, because on this day in 1939 the legend that is David Frost was born, so there you go. Welcome to this little film. Tuesday today, isn't it? I'm getting lost. I knew. I'm getting a bit cabin fever now, so bear with me, but I'm still enjoying doing these. Hope you are too. Today's recommendations for tomorrow's telly. First up, on Talking Pictures TV, bright and early, 7:40 in the morning. It's At the Earth's Core, which was a favourite film of mine as a kid. It's basically the unofficial third film that Peter Cushing played Doctor Who in. It's the same sort of characterisation he brought to Doctor Who. It's a lovely film. Doug McClure, who basically can save the universe with a grin. I love that man. And the ever glamorous Caroline Monroe, who brings the core to At the Earth's Core. So there you go. That's tomorrow's Talking Pictures TV, 7:40 in the morning. Enjoy that one. And tomorrow afternoon on BBC Two, it's the Ealing comedy classic, The Tithill Thunderbolt. Sid James in full colour. What more do you want? It's got loads of my favourite character actors in that film. Edie Martin always reminded me of my old nanny. That's my mum's mum, not the Mary Poppins kind. And there's a lovely scene when she's trying to wake up that drunken old Welshman, Hugh Griffiths, with a stick. Dan! Dan! It cracks me up every time. But the film is stolen by that man there, Mr. Stanley Holloway, who's a delight in it. There's a great moment when John Gregson proposes he invests some money into his railway and promises him that on the railway a bar has no licensing laws, and Stanley Holloway whispers, "You wouldn't tease an old man, would you?" It's a lovely moment. So that's tomorrow at 3:25 BBC Two. Of course, sad news yesterday, we heard of the death of the wonderful Honor Blackman, whose comedy credentials are huge, really. Particularly, she's the leading lady in my all-time favourite Norman Wisdom film, The Square Peg. And for many years in the 1990s, of course, she played that glamorous grandmother, Laura, in The Upper Hand. But I think tonight and every night for the next few weeks, we should raise a glass of bubbles for Kathy and for Pussy, but particularly Honor Blackman. She was a class act in every way. So that's farewell to Honor. Oh, I know, from the sublime to the ridiculous. We've done little bits of these films all over my cottage. We've yet to do the lavatory. We've not done the loo yet, have we? But I've got a little, it's full of comedy stuff in the loo as well. I've got a little book in there. This is Kenny Everett's Ultimate Loo book, which was published with a handy little string so you can hang it up in your toilet. And every day there's a different bit of fact or a joke or a quiz. And on April the 7th, which we are, there's a quiz question here which says, in how many Carry On movies has Margaret Thatcher starred? Well, obviously the answer is, don't be so silly. But yesterday, me and Gemma recorded the latest in our long line of Robert Ross's comedy heroes about Peter Sellers, the great Peter Sellers. So here's a quiz for you, which I'll give the answer in tomorrow's film. We discuss in the podcast, the details will be at the bottom of the description box there. We discuss that wonderful biopic, The Life and Death of Peter Sellers. Who's the only actor in The Life and Death of Peter Sellers to actually appear in a film with Peter Sellers, the real Peter Sellers, okay? Don't Google it, it will spoil it. Have a think and put the answers in the bottom here, and the winner will get a toffee, I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. And talking about books, tonight is the very first of Robert Ross's book club, which will be other books, not my books all the time, but today we're going to start with my firstborn. This is one of my prized possessions. This is my very first author's copy of my very first book, The Carry On Companion. So please join me and Gemma tonight at 7:30 British Summertime for the first book club. That's on my Comedy Historian Facebook page, and it'll be live. I'll just chat, so you can ask me questions, you can hurl abuse, whatever you want to do. We'll have a bit of fun with it for an hour, and hopefully see you there at 7:30. But until then, I will give you my dearest love and see you next time. Bye for now.